Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sabira Siri, a Hazara student, a former refugee, and currently working for the Hazara Youth Perspective organization. I thank everyone for gathering here today for the pro-refugee rally. We've been gathering here many times before because we fear for the future of Australia, where public policy echoes inhumanity, and to emphasize the effect of inhumanity that the Australian government has thrown at the face of the asylum seekers. But today we're here to assist them in gaining their right, because we understand that hope, safety, education and freedom is why they came here to seek asylum. But as we all know, our government has labelled them as economic migrants. We are here because we stand with the vulnerable people who seek asylum, putting their children and family before one's own. We recognize them that any of us could be an asylum seeker that had been born in a country torn apart by conflict, as myself being a former refugee. Our next speaker is Victor Rajakulendran, a chairperson from Australasian Federation of Tamil Association. Is that it?
Just while we wait for Victor to come up, I just wanted to let everyone know, if you don't know already, there's an election happening in Australia on the 7th of September. And in so many ways, I think it's the lives of asylum seekers that this election is being fought over. They've become the political pawns and the political victims in a race that has really so little else to it. And one of the most disgraceful things that we've seen in this race is what happened on Wednesday, which is that several asylum seeker families were sent to Nauru. This is the first time that this has happened since the Howard government. I don't know if anyone else has seen the pictures, but if you look, it's basically gravel. You know, it's white, sandy gravel with a couple of marquees on it. There's going to be some army beds in there. All these politicians who are walking around kissing the cheeks of babies are at the same time sending asylum seeker children, to that future. They are the real victims of an election campaign and of two politicians who actually stand for so little else. They're having a competition about so little this election, who disagree on hardly anything actually, and who are using asylum seekers in so many ways, to distract from that. Now it doesn't seem that Victor is here yet, so what I'll do quite appropriately is introduce our next speaker, Diane Hiles. Diane's someone who's been campaigning for many years to get children out of detention in the campaign Chill Out, and actually it was something that we did. In 2006, even before we kicked John Howard out, almost all the children were outside of those detention centres, and it was because of protests like this. It was because of a campaign that said that children, and anybody else for that matter, should not be locked up in detention centres, and that fought that every step of the way, and that over the course of 5 years was able to bring those people out there. And it's a campaign, that can do it again. So